Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Work in Progress with me, Nicoleta, and
Kat.
Today we have a special guest on our episode. This is Darija Livaić. Excuse me if my pronunciation is not too good, but a few words about Darija and the topic, and then I will leave her introduce herself. The topic today is quite broad but also specific. It's about motherhood, entrepreneurship, and also changing careers. Today we are going to get to know Darija on a deeper level, and also we will like to hear about her changing careers and what she learned, what she went through, and what can be useful for you, the listener. A little bit about your background. Darija is a former journalist and chief editor of a news portal, biggest maybe in Croatia. And now I would like to introduce herself and maybe mention more about the transition from corporate work and working for a traditional company into freelancing. Darija?
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you guys for giving me this chance to talk with you. I hope that some of my experiences will help someone or motivate someone. And as you have mentioned, I was working as a journalist. As my last role was editor-in-chief of this news site in Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
It was a part of a TV station, the famous and the biggest one in Croatia. For the news site, I was working also there as a TV journalist for about 5 years. Then I started to think about to change career, and I will keep things short now. So from being editor-in-chief, I decided to go into the digital marketing. So I did a master's degree in digital marketing. And on that way, I became pregnant for the first time and then for the second time. So I got 2 kids in 2 years, which was pretty hectic and beautiful also. When you are on the maternity leave, you have a lot of time to think about your future and your goals and your desires and everything. And after that, on this digital marketing journey, I discovered UX UI design, and I decided to go into that direction. And I did a boot camp around UX UI. It was an online course from Romania, Mentor Design Academy, and on that way, I decided to look for a job because of the season that I was in. It was 2 kids. One was 2 years old, the other was 3 years old. They were constantly sick, and I decided, okay, I will not have time to work for a company as a UX UI designer, probably junior one, and I decided to go into the freelancing. And on that way, I was researching, talking to business owners and doing my research, and I discovered that UX is not so familiar into this small business world, and that the people do not see the worth of it, but they see the worth around content marketing, and that was something that was close to me because of my journalist background. So I decided to do a little switch. So at this point, I'm a freelancer, and I represent myself as a content strategist. On another level, I will do a UX UI design job also. So I would like to advocate throughout the content marketing. I will also use all of my UX UI skills to improve these small business owners, their businesses.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
I hope this was understandable.
Yeah. I love that you're integrating what you've learned with UX into the digital marketing, because so many of these subjects really relate to each other. And I think even as like a UX designer, or a web designer, you need to understand a bit of marketing and the business and how everything works as a whole, rather than just being UX designer or content marketer, or, we shouldn't be in these boxes. It's all kind of mixed together.
Yes, that was one of my not problems, but I didn't know what should I do now? Okay, I know this and this, and okay, where in what direction should I go now? That was I needed that clarification within myself. So that was, I'm a little bit all around the place sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
But it came full circle in a way, right? Because in one interview for women-led news portal, you said content is king and it will always be the king. So
yes, you did your research, I see. Yes, definitely. Yes.
No, it's very true.
So would you say that your like natural way of life and giving birth to the first kid was the motivation behind changing careers?
No, it was before.
It was before.
Yes, because I never was in love with my roles. I
Mhm.
never was a corporate person. I did
Okay.
my job the best I could, and other people on higher levels, managers, they saw that I love to work, that I'm having great results, and
Mhm.
they gave me these opportunities, and I said, okay, I will try to do it.
Okay.
So that was the way of my growth. I wasn't the corporate girl in that way. And and when I came to the position of editor-in-chief, before that I wanted to change even my career, but when they gave me this opportunity, I thought, okay, this is like the top of the journalism that I would love to try to do to make my impact. So I took it.
Okay.
And that was
interesting.
I was thinking, because in journalism is specific. It was for me. Even when I was working as a TV journalist, I was 20 something, and I was the whole day I was into the TV station, working, going outside. And after a few years, I've noticed that I don't use English. I noticed that I don't learn anything new besides my everyday job, which was I was learning every day something, because I was doing different topics, and I have a short timeline to produce the story to the evening news. So it was really hard to do it. But I noticed that I don't have time for my family. I don't have time for my friends. I noticed that I can't learn new things. I can do regular sports, because everything's so hectic. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to change, to go from TV to the news side, because that was the part when social media started, the news site started. And I asked my director then, I would like to change it. Can I do it inside the same company? And she was a little bit surprised, because everyone wanted to be on TV, to see their face on TV. It was very important for the people, for some journalists. And I never was that kind of people. And that's maybe not so good thing when you are a TV journalist. It's good to be full of yourself and be out there all the time. And but I could transfer all of my knowledge and experiences to the news site. So I started there also as a journalist. Then I was the daily editor, and then the last part was editor-in-chief. And also then when I was there, I've noticed the other, you grow, you evolve, you have new looking at desires and looking on life. And then I started to see, okay, this doesn't support my desire of some other kind of life, some other kind of lifestyle. So it was always eternal something, and wishing to change things for me.
Okay.
I've heard really similar kind of complaints about corporate career, that it's just so hectic, and you're kind of stuck within this cycle of just working, and as you say, not really having enough time for your friends or family or just yourself. But I think this is quite an accepted way of life, like in society, that we should get into this corporate job and then keep going and keep like growing and getting higher in that position. Did you have any, when you wanted to switch into freelance, did you have any pushback from like friends or family, or what were people around you saying or recommending?
Yes, it was always are you sure? And you're not normal, maybe, because I decided it was funny, because I decided to my family, they know that I want to change it, to go out from the journalism, and I didn't know what to do. Till that point, I always knew I want to be a journalist. I want to change the world in better, and in that part, when I was editor-in-chief, I did it for a few years, and I said, okay, this is enough. I wanted to change things. And then I didn't know what to do, and I did the master degree of digital journalism, because I thought, okay, I can learn some new things, and transfer this knowledge from before. And then it was when I'm looking from this point, I think that was a better decision because I spent so much money on the master's degree.
Okay.
And this is my advice for someone maybe who don't know what to do. And the easiest way is to educate yourself on some topic. But I think that it's great to educate yourself, but maybe to think more about where will you put your money. So maybe I could do it smarter. But okay, then again, you get some new contacts, some new friends. So it's always, my husband, he was, because first I went to digital journalism, and then on the way while I was doing my master's thesis, I discovered UX UI, and I did a master thesis around that. And I told my husband, oh, I feel that in my stomach I will be a UX UI designer, and he was like, okay, are you normal? You are, everywhere. Like, and I understood his fear. But I told him like I was looking for myself, I was looking,
searching,
searching for myself, for my way. And he said, okay, if you think that that's for you, okay. Then I did the UX boot camp, but then I spent money, okay, because I didn't have time. I knew that I could do all the curriculum and research and learning throughout the internet, and maybe to pay for a mentor directly. I think that is a good thing. But I didn't have time for research and everything because of the two babies at that point. So I need a structure and I need a mentor. So that my husband, like the first person in my life, he was like, okay, are you sure? He wasn't so confident around my decision, but I was confident. And I knew, okay, everything is going to be okay. I can do this. I will, action will give me some clarity. So everyone who is having doubts, I think it's normal, and it's normal that the most important persons have doubts sometimes around you, and maybe that's a good correction, and maybe to center you sometimes. But you have really to be
center you,
yes,
yeah,
you have to be. You need to have that feeling inside you that I know this is going to be okay. This is for me. I will figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Some pushback is good sometimes, because then it does force you to question your choices also. Like, am I making the right decision? And then if in your case, you still felt like you were, then, then I think you get the courage to keep going full speed.
Yes. And at one point, my mother, she told me like, oh my God, Darija, I never thought that I'm going to have a kid who is 38, 39, and who is a student and who is pregnant. It was everything all at once.
But your mother herself is pushing boundaries as being the only taxi driver in Croatia on an island. So what is she even surprised about? I mean, you already have it in your blood. So I don't see the problem.
Yes. And I was talking to her like, Mom, I'm always thinking I have to prepare myself. I have to learn this and that. And she was an entrepreneur in this small town on the island. And she didn't have any higher education. And she was working as a waitress. And then she opened a little shop with fruits and vegetables. She saw that it doesn't doing great. So she opened a bigger store with all, like a small market. And then it was the first market of that kind in 19th in my island, in my hometown. And then after that, she opened some other shops, closed this one. So she always saw the problems that she had, that she can solve in my home place. So she never was thinking too much. And she told me like, maybe that's not so a good thing. But, I think it's good. Action gives you clarity, definitely.
Action gives you clarity.
Yes. That's not my quote. I've learned that on the way. So
I mean, it sounds good. It sounds good. And I think it's quite accurate for entrepreneurship as well, in changing careers and listening to your own heartbeat and intuition of what is right and what is wrong. So on the way to the next topic, I want to ask you about focusing your business towards mothers and women specifically in Croatia. And why did you make this change? What made you decide that?
Mhm. I'm not sure is this a good decision. I will see. Action will give me clarity, definitely. But I saw this more and more women are going into this
Business.
business, small businesses, and
Mm-hmm.
I will try to help them. I always, even in the corporate world, one of my things around my doing job was that I loved to surround myself with people who are smarter than me in different fields.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved to make people shine.
Oh,
I really
I
love
love
that.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I saw in them, okay, you can do this, you are so good in this. But sometimes the feedback wasn't so good because they didn't see that in
Themselves.
themselves. Yes.
Mm.
So it was hard, you can't motivate people. You can,
You
Yeah.
can
support
give an
them, but
example.
yes. So
Mm.
I love my current client. She's a business owner and she's the mother of 1 year old baby, and
Mm-hmm.
we studied together also
Nice.
journalism. She changed like 37 jobs. One of them was yes,
Wow.
37 jobs.
37? Give
She's
her
crazy.
contact immediately. We
Yes,
need
I
her
know.
in
She
podcast.
she even moved in one time. She moved in Ireland. She was working there for Amazon and for Airbnb also. So she's like crazy. I love to work with energetic women. With mothers is there because I understand no bullshit approach. No,
Okay.
we have to do this, and this. I need
Okay.
help around this. That's some of the reasons why I would like to support and help other women, moms.
Awesome.
So having a child is obviously like a huge change in your life. Can you think about the way that you saw like yourself, the relationship with yourself before and after having a child, and how did that trickle into your entrepreneurship and working freelance?
Bonus question. Did you get the mom brain? Is that a thing?
Yes, definitely. I think it is. But I think it's when you have two kids in 2 years, that's a good
Double mom brain.
double mom. Yes, basically it's a double mom brain. A little disclaimer: I never thought about myself as a mom. I was, I never was that. I had this instinct to be a mom. It was, I like kids, but okay, bye bye. Okay. So I never was a mommy person.
Okay.
And me and my husband, at some point, he told me like, okay, Darija, I would really like that we now have kids. And I said, okay, it's time. I'm like 36. Okay, let's go. So we decided to have kids. It didn't go, so we did the IVF. Also, for some women, can be maybe some interesting thing to know. And we did the IVF. We got our first kid, first baby. So that changed everything, really. But not in a way that I'm a completely new person.
Okay.
I am probably, yes. But it is one of the most beautiful things. And because I wasn't a mommy person, and you can read articles about I don't want to have kids, I don't need them, blah blah blah. Maybe when I would read that before, I would say, okay, that's okay. But really, now I advocate for every woman that wants to have to become a mom. Do it like that. Like it's really the best thing ever, and I think that you get more superpower. I felt so much empowered when I gave birth to my baby, and it was like I can now do everything.
Anything.
Yes, I can do everything, anything. Yes. So you get this new power.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting. And the other most important thing is that you have to have a good partner. When I did an interview with one of the most successful women in business in Croatia, she told me, Darija, one of the most important things is that you have a good husband.
Exactly.
Good partner. That's one of the most important decisions, because this person will
balance you,
balance you and move you up and motivate you and inspire you to go up, or it will kill everything in you, crush you down. And so before the kid, the partner, I think. So then when you get the kid, you obviously things change and you need a good teamwork. So I have a really great husband, and he's always been my support, and it's easier then to go into all of this career change and entrepreneurship, and this man way of thinking, like, go, you will learn on the way. It's something that I didn't have, and so
okay.
This was really, really, really important. So before the kid, the great partner, and the kids change everything in a way that you get this new power. Definitely new power.
I love that so much.
Of course, it's hard. It's hard. I will not, bullshit you. It's hard. It's, sleep deprivation is real. Everything is real. But you learn. You have to work on yourself, because if you are a high achiever, if you're ambitious in a good way, if you want to, to make good things for yourself and for your family, then you are when you are on the maternity leave, and we have that in Croatia for 1 year. That's great. I use everything. You have to think about, okay, what can I do? I have to adapt. You have to adapt.
Exactly.
So this month is different from the another month because baby is now sleeping more or less, or so you are learning to adapt. You are learning to have, when you have two hours, you will do this. No. You have good concentration, and you do things, and it learns you to take care of yourself on this level of the importance of sleep. Like one thing when you can change one thing that you need to take care of is your sleep, definitely. So when you have a good sleep,
that's advice number 1, probably. Regulate your sleep.
Yes, even when you don't have kids, you see on yourself, when you don't have a good quality sleep, that affects everything. So yes, so they learn time management, of course. Like time management, you get very better in that, and it learns you to ask for help. Definitely ask for help. You need help, and you need to learn to respect the season of your life. Now, okay, I have 2 kids. They are. Yes, because when I was looking for a UX UI junior position, and one was 2 years, the other was 3 years, and they were constantly sick. So one is home, one is in the daycare, and then again home. So I saw, okay, this is going to be like hard to work for someone else. And then I talked to my husband, and he told me, like, you can do it by yourself. Go to freelance. You have this knowledge. You have this, business knowledge, and you will figure it out. So when you are changing career, or you're on a maternity leave, and you are thinking about doing some big changes, I found that probably into myself, and I work on that because I saw my work. I didn't know that I saw my work throughout my job. But I've discovered, okay, I thought that I'm only worth if I'm working. Doesn't mean for someone or for yourself. So in that season, when I was just a mother, it was hard for me to be just a mother. So I needed to work on myself, and that took me a few months, to learn that, okay, I'm fundamentally worth, and I'm loved. Work, career, it really doesn't anything, just the cherry on the top, but I'm worth. So for every mother out there, you are worth. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay. You are loved. Your job is not so important, because when you think, then my mother, she would tell me, but Darija, you are raising 2 kids. You are with them. We are going everywhere. I'm trying to have a quality time with them. And she told me, like, that's the hardest job and the best job for your kids.
Definitely.
So,
So would you say that your definition of like success in your life has changed a lot since, both changing to freelance and also having a child? Can you describe what success was when you were in corporate versus now? Success in your life.
Yes, in corporate, it was to have regular payments. That was like great, in a way that I could do all of my journalistic dreams, in a way, to make some impact in the world. That was
impact.
Yes, and after the kids, even just before kids, looking more into the lifestyle balance, lifestyle changes. So I wanted to take care of my health and my quality time and things around that. That became more important. And after the kids, obviously, to be with my kids when they need me, to be for my husband when he needs me, to be without stressing, without all that stuff.
Okay. And how do you prioritize and do time management? Because I imagine, as you say, like when your kids need you, you need to go. That's always the top priority.
Yeah.
So how do you, like, if you have an important project to finish, how do you balance that?
I think I would say it's a teamwork with my husband, definitely.
Yeah.
So we have I have my mornings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have my mornings. I'm going to the gym early in the morning, or so from 7 to 8 a.m. I'm doing some sports, and then I can prepare for the day. I'm working also over the weekend. But not over the weekend. Sometimes, not every weekend, but I'm doing that because I love it.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't have capacity to be with kids. I will go into the office, and my husband, he will be with them. So we change time to be with kids and to spend time in the nature. So time management is around the teamwork. We talk about what you have to do this week. What he has to do, and then we see into our Google Calendar what's have to be done. And then definitely the other important thing is budget planning. We have monthly budget. We are like a small company, so
basically
that's really important.
That's so good.
When you have kids, to not argue around the daily tasks.
I just want to ask, are you the SEO of the company?
No,
the
he's
CEO?
he's
CEO?
the CEO. Yes, he's the CEO. We are kidding. He's of the finance. How do you say?
Chief Finance Officer?
Yes.
CFO?
I would say that. He's CFO. I'm CEO.
Okay.
Yes. So we are always having on Sunday a meeting for the other week, and we have once a month we have a budget meeting. That's also important because of the we don't use credit cards. We are trying to keep finances in a good way and try to maybe invest for the future. So that teamwork is very important. Not to argue and not to get tired of not organizing the things around us, to go to shop, everything daily life. Yes. And the other thing is sports. We all have our time for doing sports and sleep. Definitely, I try to go to bed around 9 o'clock. So I'm reading. So and from 9 till 5 or 6, I get enough sleep, because sometimes kids wake up, and sometimes I'm trying to wake up at 5 o'clock, because I know that Kate also likes to go to wake up early. So I love that quiet time and fresh start.
Me time.
Yes, me time, definitely. So not every day. It's also depends on the day in the week. But I'm trying to get in the morning, so I do some stuff in the morning. Then later after the sports, and so that freedom, that everyone is talking about, and you know how great it is to have this freedom.
Yeah, I have a question. How being a mother helped you in work? Like now as a content strategist, did it give you any creative ideas, or did it open some new doors for you? How do you see motherhood helping you in your work?
Except this empowering thing that I've said, that I've talked about, definitely no bullshit approach. I would say, like, okay, I don't have straightforward. I don't have time or energy.
Yeah.
So yes, that's definitely around that. And one thing, it's also that change that I read somewhere, when you become a mother of one child, you become mother of all the children in the world. And that's really the truth, because I'm remembering when I was working on news site, I was mom, but there was a few moms. And sometimes they did the stories like, from wars, from, different bad stories. And I could saw them crying while they were typing the stories, or,
God.
Because now I can feel them, because they were doing a sad story about some children, or about small kids, and they were like crying while they were doing their job. And they told me, like, this is the hardest part, And then I remember that feeling. Now when I see a kid that doesn't have maybe normal parents, or different situations, it's really I didn't before felt that in that way. So maybe that empathy
increases.
Increases, yes, increases.
Yeah. I've heard something actually changes in your brain after you've had a child, like the way that your emotions are. I don't know any details about it, but I've heard there's actually like a physical change that you have.
Yes,
So,
probably yes. Probably yes. So, but regarding the job, I think that empathy is there.
Yeah, which is really good for UX, but both marketing, you really need that in order to, connect with the customers.
And craft a beautiful story.
Yes, and it's what I found beautiful also, that not beautiful but interesting, that maybe in corporate world women are afraid to go from their position and to use the maternity leave, and that was so crazy for me, because the women that I was surrounded. Yes, like after 2 months, 3 months, like immediately, like they were working with their bumps, like till the last day. Sometimes depends what work are you doing. You can be a freelancer, and you are not in a stressed environment and everything. That's normal. But when you are working in news department, like being pregnant in that surrounding is definitely not healthy, not good, and definitely when I was it was always fascinating to me, because these women, they are high achievers, they are smart, they have money usually, and they know how important it is to be with your kid, like for the first 3 years. That's from the psychological perspective and everything, like the first 5 are the most important things, and to be with your kids is like the best thing that you can do, because it fast like this, really. Some feminists like, you can work till the end. No, you have to be smart. There is a reason why you are having this time for yourself to be pregnant, and this time postpartum, like the most important thing also. You don't have to go to work, because usually women would lay down for 40 days and not cook, not clean. There was reasons why all of this for us.
You need to recover.
Exactly. Then for those mothers who already gave birth and they're raising their children, but they're also thinking on the side, oh my God, I can do so much more now that I have this superpower. What advice would you give to those mothers that are something on the back of their brain is telling them, you should start something,
I would say explore that, where it's coming from, and do your research and explore and watch and surround yourself. Test. Yes, action gives clarity, definitely. Be with yourself, get these feelings, because I think that instinct will show you the way sometimes. And believe in yourself that everything is doable, but respect the season that you are in. So if you are in postpartum, you're in postpartum. If you are pregnant, enjoy that time. It will pass, and ask for help. Talk with your partner. Like one woman, she told me, like, Darija, she told me and my husband, and she told us, you have to be one to each other on the first place. You have to take care of yourself, of each other. And then when kids see that you are there for yourself, they will blow, so that's really sure. So get this help, this good teamwork bond, and get support, I would say. And maybe if you know in what direction you would go, maybe to find someone who is already there, and ask for coffee to talk with that person. I also had one girl, and I talked with her. She was a UX designer, and that also inspired me. And
basically find a mentor and someone who can give you some insights of how to go.
Insights, definitely in that phase. Insights. And then do a research. How this job looks like in everyday life. You have everything on internet, really. And then maybe to find a mentor, definitely. So that knowledge, you see, you can see the curriculums of these maybe boot camps, different courses, and then see the curriculum. Okay, and then search for every topic on the internet. Do it for yourself. Maybe do a diary in the Notion. Put your marks and everything, and then find a mentor and pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
And one important thing is regarding my career path is it's important to know that my husband, he has a good salary, and we could afford
to do
for
that
myself to have more time to find myself. That's very important, because maybe some women are in not so good place, environment, financially, so I have had this opportunity to not be under stress. But even if you don't have that, I think that everything is you can do it. Definitely
you can figure it out.
So it's figure it out. Yes, there are ways. Just, and when it's hard, not to stop. When I was running, not stop, just slow down. It's like marathon.
Can you repeat that
run
again?
Yes. So when it's hard, do not stop, just slow down.
Okay.
So, such a great quote.
Yes. I learned
This
that when I
episode
was
is full of
running
value.
my half marathon, the one and the only that I was running. And I remember that like I was running, and then Daria, don't stop, just walk a little bit, slow it down. So that learned me, because I want everything now. So
impatient.
Yes, definitely.
For the results,
Definitely.
for the outcome, for the product.
Yeah.
I think we will have lots of quotes and content from this episode, Kat, with lots of advice. And also there was one advice for asking for help. It's really important, not only as a mother, but also as an entrepreneur. Kiki Palmer, I think, said this: it takes a village to raise a kid.
Definitely.
So you need that help, and you should ask for it when you need it. So I think it's quite important to turn to others and ask for help especially when you feel uncertain about something and you don't know where to go and how to go about it. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I'm being a burden, or I don't feel like asking questions to other people, even though they're smart questions, they're good questions. I don't know, have this barrier in myself, like, why would I ask this? Will they know the answer? Will they have the time to answer to me? All this comes in a spiral, and I just give up and I will figure it out myself. Like, we had the episode for hyper independence, and I think that's where it comes from. But did ever happen to you to feel like, oh my God, should I ask this or should I figure it out by myself?
Yes, definitely, yes. And I think that our friendship, it's a great example of how I changed some things into my head, because Kate told me on Instagram, I said to Kate, hi, because I like to communicate with, when I like some people on Instagram and their work. And I was chit-chat with Kate, and she told me about yourself, that you are living in Zagreb. And I was, okay, let's go meet. Decided to be open, for new friendships. That's also important. I think when you mention village, people they're not so, this village culture, maybe it is in Zagreb, but I think people are more distant. Yes, from each other. Yes. So I think that it's important, to be with your open heart, and to be open, and to hang out with people. Definitely. Yes, to approach, like I approached you, thanks to Kate. So like, yes, now you have someone, and I ask you already tons of questions, and it's so interesting to me that you are 10 years younger than me, and you give me this new energy and this knowledge, and I hope I can learn you something. So I think
yes, of course, you are already. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, thank you, Kat. Thank you so much.
Anytime. So thank you so much for joining us today, Daria. We've loved hearing about your stories and everything. And I'm sure everyone, entrepreneurs and mothers, or perhaps not yet mothers, had a lot to take away from this. Before we finish up, would you like to tell our listeners about your services and your businesses, and if you have anything coming up that you'd like to tell them about?
Oh, thank you. So I'm a content strategist, and I'm helping people to make their business goals throughout better and more quality content. And also I'm trying to educate throughout working with them around UX, UI design, also to help them to maybe to do better business goals. And I'm working with women and small and micro entrepreneurs in Croatia, but I'm also open to work with people, women from other parts of the world. Definitely, no problem.
Awesome. And where
And
they
they
can
can
find you?
find, yes, they can find me. At the moment, I'm building my website, so
Mhm.
that I can, yes. And before that, I'm on Instagram as
Mhm.
UX Daria, so they can find me there, UX Daria. And I would love to connect and chit chat and help if anyone has any questions, anything. I would be happy to help connect.
Awesome. Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks so much.
Mhm.
And now it's time for you guys in the comments, in our DMs, to share your stories and reach out. We're also looking for interesting people to share their stories on our podcast. And if you feel like you want to talk about certain topic and spread awareness, feel free to reach out. And our comment sections and DMs are open. And see you in the next episode, I guess.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.